Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives? Howdy! Is that a good intro hello for me now that Cowboy Carter is out? Or should I just stick with hi? Hi, it's me, Olivia Willis, and welcome to the third episode of So Are the Days of Our Lives? I'm so excited to be back with a very special guest, someone who those close to me in my life will recognize, my very own husband, JuCoby Johnson. Hello, JuCoby.
Hello. I don't know if they'll recognize me. It's an audio format, you know?
Oh, that's true. Will they recognize your voice?
Maybe, okay. Maybe they will.
Wow, this is weird. So we're just on our couch in our house talking into microphones like it's super normal. How are you today? You drove 6 hours.
I'm good. Yeah. I did drive 6 hours. It was a long way, and my hip kind of hurts, but you know.
Not the hip.
My hip. I got old. Immediately. All of a sudden, it's very depressing.
I got old. You really are another one of the people who very much inspired me and encouraged me to do the podcast, so it would only be fitting that you were one of my first guests. I have, my intro getting to know you questions that I'm going to be asking all my guests. And I want to go ahead and ask them of you.
Sure.
Which is funny because, we live in the same house. I watch Days of Our Lives all the time. Mm-hmm. You do not watch Days of Our Lives.
I mean, I watch it in the background, but I don't go on Peacock and click on it.
Yeah. You're often in the room, but it's like white noise.
That's right.
But the first question is, What, if any, relationship do you have to Days of Our Lives or soap operas in general?
Well, I thought my answer was going to be that really just from watching you watch them. Mm-hmm. But actually, my grandma used to watch soap operas. And I'm not sure if I bet she watched Days of Our Lives. She watched them all. She watched Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, all that stuff. So I think it was definitely on in her house when I was a kid. But even then, it was like background noise. It was that, Judge Judy, Jerry Springer, Amazing. Which was a lot. Maury. It just became like one of those shows that was just on at my grandma's house.
I love that. I feel like that's going to be a lot of people's answers. Is just
right.
I would see it on and never pay attention to it.
I would see the weird lighting and I'd be like, I know what show that is, but I wouldn't know what was going on.
So would you say from watching me watch it, do you follow anything or are you just shocked moment to moment?
I don't know that it's possible to follow, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can follow because you're keyed in, but I'm just catching every couple scenes. You know what I mean? And so I never know what's going on.
Yeah.
I can't even follow. The only thread I could follow, I don't know if you've talked about this, was the Sex Biscuits. Sex Biscuits?
We are going to talk about that this episode. I was going to bring it up.
And they were specifically Sex Biscuits.
They made people horny for the wrong people.
That's very sad. That was the only thread I could really be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Every episode, someone would be like, those biscuits. And you'd be like, they are still talking about these.
Them biscuits was destroying families. Them biscuits was going hard.
Okay, so Days of Our Lives is obviously my go-to comfort television.
Yeah. What
would you say is your go-to comfort television?
Oh, man. I don't know. Probably like anything I grew up watching as a kid, like those sitcoms, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, the Jamie Foxx show, which I think is getting its due, but was unsung at the time, it felt like. Jamie Foxx show was top tier.
Yeah.
But any of those shows, like those 90s black sitcom, the Wayans brothers, so sometimes I don't have cable, so I have to really seek them out if I want to watch them. But like we were in that hotel this weekend, it just be on. If I'm anywhere near cable, I tune into, TV One or BET, and it's always a marathon. Yeah. And that's my comfort.
That's the dream. Someday we're going to have a cable plan, whether through Hulu or something else.
If cable still exists.
The Jamie Foxx. If cable still exists.
These newfangled technologies.
Once we wall mount our phones to watch TikTok auto scrolling, maybe.
Be watching Oppenheimer on my Apple Watch. Incredible.
You know what? So I obviously have anxiety and try to answer people's questions before they get the chance to. So when I was thinking about what you would say, I was like, oh, maybe he'll say basketball.
That was going to be what I was going to say, but then I felt like that wasn't. I guess you didn't say TV show. You said comfort TV.
No, I did just say comfort television. And part of what I'm discovering talking about this show with more people is that I'm like, genre is a funny little thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
To quote Linda Martell, let's break down the barriers of genre in television. And I'm like, sports is reality TV.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
by definition.
That is true. I mean, it is reality on TV, unless you are a conspiracy theorist and you think it's scripted.
That's true.
I think after last finals, I think we can comfortably say it's not.
At least the NBA.
I don't think so. I mean, it was the perfect time to do it. It was Boston and LA. New season of Winning Time was coming out.
Is that why Winning Time was canceled? If we put our tinfoil hats on, is that why Winning Time was canceled?
Yeah, I think that, and racism.
Dang. It strikes again.
Sadly. That's when every black show is canceled. So that's a little bit of racism going on here.
Okay. JuCoby watched Days of Our Lives season 59, episode 12, which aired on Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. JuCoby, can you think of something that surprised you the most about the episode that you watched?
Okay, so the thing that, we'll get to it.
Okay.
But the thing that surprised me the most came near the end. Yeah, my last note is exploding pizza with 3 question marks. That surprised me the most. That really came out of left field for me. right in the 11th hour.
They will do that so often where it's like all of a sudden they'll drop a crazy reference to a crazy plot line that happened, and they'll do it so casually that it's like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? So yeah, exploding pizza we will get to.
Yeah. I had already had to be bought into so much, and then that happened.
Does it make you feel like, and after all that, you're just going to tell me that an exploding pizza almost killed an entire family? Like, does it make you mad, or are you like, I have to know more?
Man, I don't know. I kind of guess I want to know more about it. But I guess I was also just like, man, y'all got a lot going on over here.
Yeah, at a certain point, there's a line.
Yeah, man, it's too much. My brain hurt. I don't even actually know what they mean. I'm still learning basketball where I don't know what they mean by have a foul to give.
Yep.
I can't be learning new information like that. I've been watching basketball my whole life, at varying degrees of paying attention. But there's some stuff I just still to this day, I'm like, no clue what they mean. And I don't think I'm ever going to know.
And it's not for me to know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, if I ever have merch for this podcast, one of them will be, that's not for me to know.
It's not for me to know for sure.
I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
Yeah, I can't know how to hear any more about tables. Shout out Tim.
Shout out Tim Robinson. I hope you're listening.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Tim Robinson. Okay, I think it's about time for us to dive into the recap. But, couple housekeeping things before we start. I did start an Instagram for the podcast. The Instagram is So Are the Days Podcast, all lowercase, all one word. If you're listening, give me a follow. I post screenshots from the episodes of funny moments so that you can go and be like, that's what that character looks like. That's the weird face that character was making. That's that weird picture. I think we're going to have a great time on the Instagram. Second thing, I could see the act of having to watch an episode of Days of Our Lives to listen to this podcast being a barrier for entry. Mm-hmm. But I just want to go ahead and encourage people, you're welcome to open up Peacock, the greatest streaming service in the world, and play the episode that we're going to watch in preparation for next week. But it's not a prerequisite. My goal is also for you to just have fun listening to the recaps. So feel free to let the information wash over you. Don't get bogged down in the details of knowing who everybody is and everything they've ever done on Days of Our Lives, because there's no way of knowing. And that's how we all get to have a good time, is we just let it wash over us,
Damn right.
Okay, I think that's all the housekeeping stuff I had. JuCoby and I are recording in person so I can see what his comfort beverage is before we get started. But JuCoby, tell the listeners, what's your comfort beverage?
My current comfort beverage is a Modelo Especial. But, it sometimes is a N.A. Heineken.
Shout out to N.A. Heineken.
Or an Olipop.
Oh, shout out to Olipop. I was drinking an Olipop when we recorded our last episode.
They'd be good.
I, too, am enjoying a Modelo Especial. With that, shall we cheers?
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Clink. Alrighty, I think it's time to get going with the recap.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, here we go. As I said, season 59, episode 12. So yeah, people probably can tell from what I've done the last couple of weeks. We are going in order of season 59, but I will not cover every episode because there are literally like 250 episodes every season.
God, dog.
I know. So I'm just going through and like picking out consecutive episodes that have, I think, juicy, fun stories to talk about.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're jumping to episode 12, which aired on Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I do have to immediately apologize because we begin this episode with the sexy music sting that tells us that someone is getting it on.
It was immediate sexy time.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Yeah, it's pretty cringy music, and I'm just like, ooh, right out the gate, we're starting with this.
Yeah, I mean, get it popping, I guess, right at the top. Shirtless, under some covers.
Under some gray covers. So the people who are getting busy are Tripp Johnson and Wendy Shin. They are a new couple in Salem, and things have just been so crazy for them that they had to schedule their first time having sex.
Oh, that was the first time?
Yes, they've been dating for like months.
All right. That give it a new flavor, huh?
They've been dating for like months, and it's been a story. It's been like a plot line where they've like tried to have sex a bunch of times, and they keep getting interrupted. But
maybe it wasn't meant to be. You keep getting interrupted. You might want to let that go.
So they did the super normal thing where they booked a room at the Salem Inn, the hotel in the town square of Salem. Mm-hmm. Tripp is a doctor, and so to make sure he didn't get distracted by like incoming calls, he gave his phone to Kayla Johnson, who is one, chief of staff at the hospital where he works, so his boss, and two, his stepmother.
What? Okay. I mean, okay. That's a lot, but let's do the first thing.
Yes.
You don't got, do not disturb. You ain't got airplane mode.
Point.
You got to give it to somebody else completely?
I feel like it came up in a previous episode where he was like, if the phone's around me, I can't not check it. And I'm like,
see, that's cell phone addiction.
You have a problem.
You need to cut down your screen time.
Absolutely. We all are struggling with that in this day and age.
And he, it's actually a PSA about that.
There you go. This entire plot line. So yeah, and then, not only is he just addicted to his phone, he had to go up to his mom, or his stepmom, excuse me, and say, Wendy and I want to have some alone time. Here's my phone. I'll be at the Salem Inn if there's an emergency. You're the only person who knows where I am. And she's like, ooh, well, enjoy your alone time with Wendy.
Okay, I think my future children, or I don't think I'm going to have stepchildren, but hey, man, life.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I would like to not. I would like to be sex positive with my future child,
Open conversation.
For sure, and be able to tell me everything. Don't give me your phone to go have sex.
No.
Go do it.
No.
Especially you grown enough to go get a hotel. Why I need to know?
He's not like 16. They're like in their mid-20s.
Yeah, I don't need to know that no more.
Yeah, leave me out of this. So yes, they are in this dark hotel room having their first liaison of the physical variety. So like the music is going, they're kissing in bed, and Wendy pulls back and she's like, the lines are so cringy. She's just like, do you even know what time it is? And he's like, I don't know, afternoon, evening. And she goes, so what? We've been in this bed for like 12 hours and counting. That's a UTI begging to happen.
Okay, yeah, you can't be doing that for 12 hours, big dog.
Absolutely not.
Also, enjoy it while you can, because you're going to turn 30 one day. Your knee going to give out. You ain't able to do nothing. Nothing for 12 hours.
But he's like, Wendy, we're making up for lost time. Ha, 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 ha. And then Wendy starts to get worried if it's okay that they're just like holed up in this sex cave all day.
Sure.
And the whole scene, he's shirtless. She's covered in the sheet. Or does she have a bra? Like, can you see straps? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
Like, she's covered up, but he's chest out. This whole scene, she's like rubbing his bare chest.
Yes.
But in a way that like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, you two aren't physically comfortable with one another yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you kiss a lot on the show, but now you're like, how do I exist in space with you?
Yeah, for sure. They got to get an intimacy choreographer.
They better.
You know, they can really do some shit.
So yeah, she's rubbing his bare chest.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, now that you mention that.
What?
Now that you mention that, I do have a note.
Okay.
I will say my notes are all quotes.
Perfect.
But are you sure this is okay? She said that to him about.
Yeah.
Just, are you sure this is okay? Yeah. And at first I was worried. I was like, what's happening? Y'all related or something? Why y'all acting like... what you mean is it okay? What's wrong with y'all?
What are you asking about? Yeah, so she's asking, is it okay if we just like shut out the world?
Sure.
To be here together? And he's like, it's totally fine. My stepmom knows I'm here. So if there's an emergency, Kayla will come get me. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we haven't gotten a knock on the door, so things must be fine. Let's make out. And they keep going at it. So then we go to the apartment of Paulina Price, a.k.a. JuCoby Harry.
Man, what a gift to mankind.
I was so happy when she started on the show. She started on the show fairly recently, like in the last 2 or 3 years. Well, since I've been watching it, obviously. But she plays the incredible Paulina Price, and she is just a legend.
She's the best. She's the best. Sister. Come on. 227.
Sister 227.
Y'all playing.
I love it. So Paulina, JuCoby Harry, comes into her living room wearing the sparkliest dress I've ever seen. It's like there's a filter on it. It's so sparkly, and she's wearing like sparkly diamonds, and I'm like, we get it. You're a rich lady.
It's giving rich for sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
No such thing as quiet luxury. Loud.
Hell
luxury.
no. I'm stunting on hoes.
Absolutely.
Every day.
She comes out, she's all dressed up. Turns out she's getting ready for a date with her husband, Abe.
It took me a minute to understand what was going on here.
I was wondering if you remembered what was going on with him or if you had seen it at all.
I remembered like way after the fact. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember he had memory loss or something.
Hashtag memory loss.
But I mostly remember, I don't know, they probably ain't got to this. I don't want to spoil it. There's like a JuCoby Harry pretender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think that's ever coming back.
Okay.
So we should talk about it. So Abe and Paulina are married. Abe is the mayor of Salem. During Biscuitgate.
Yes, okay.
There was this guy, Colin, who was trying to blackmail Paulina's daughter, Chanel, and was like trying to ruin her life, ruin her business. He attacked Abe, the mayor, Chanel's stepfather, hit him in the head.
Oh, no.
He woke up. Complete memory loss, amnesia, doesn't know who he is, doesn't know who anybody is. Wow. So he's in the hospital. Turns out there's a nurse at the hospital.
A nurse at the hospital?
Kim Coles played a nurse at the hospital called Nurse Whitley King. And he got, because of his memory loss and she and Paulina looked alike, she pretended to be Paulina and was like, I'm your wife. You're my husband. We're married. We're in love. I'm going to check you out of the hospital. She kidnapped him. They all thought he was dead. She did this elaborate thing where she faked his death. So they just recently found him.
Okay.
And got rid of, I think she got arrested.
Okay.
Maybe she will come back. Who knows? But that was a crazy plot line.
That was wild.
So Abe has hashtag memory loss from that incident. And then he was missing for a long time. Now he's back, but he still doesn't remember Paulina. And so she's like, you're my husband, move back in. We're married. It's great. And he's like, I'm actually not comfortable with this. He's gotten to the point where he's like, I have faith that we will rekindle things, but we got to take it slow.
Always with the taking it slow.
So they are starting to go on dates.
Over down to the bistro.
She said he's taking me to the bistro.
The bistro is that shit.
So Paulina is telling her daughter, Chanel, who's her adult daughter. Paulina is telling Chanel, I'm going on a date to the bistro. It's my third date with Abe. And
her daughter was like, you know what, your third date? I'm like, hey.
Talk about uncomfortable sex boundaries with parents. She goes, you know what the third date means? that's a big one.
Okay.
She's like, hey, Mom, if things do go in that direction, you have my permission to explore it. And I'm like, A, she does not need your permission.
First of all, we made you. What is you saying to me?
Well, no, because Abe is her stepdad.
Well, damn. Okay, I get it.
But Paulina's like, I made you.
Yeah, for sure. You ain't got permission to do nothing. Also, don't talk about what I'm doing on my third date.
That's exactly right. So yeah, that's weird. But then Paulina's like, sure, I'll let you know. But what I want to know is, how are things going with you and Talia?
Right,
So now we meet Talia at the hospital, the newly appointed Dr. Talia Hunter. This woman is a new character on Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
She was the girlfriend at the time of that guy, Colin, who was trying to blackmail Chanel.
Okay.
So she was the one, her like role in the whole thing was to like go into town, befriend Chanel, make Chanel trust her, work at Chanel's bakery, poison these damn biscuits.
So she was the sex biscuit girl.
She was the sex biscuit girl.
She ruined homes, families, shattered.
Ruined lives. It was weird. It was like, because she's a doctor, she knew how to put this formula in the biscuits, and it made people, I don't think it made everybody go sex crazy.
Okay.
Or did it? But a lot of people went sex crazy.
I mean, that seemed to be the common thread with the biscuits was, you was horny, but you was only horny for bad choices.
For the wrong people.
Yeah.
Everybody was like hallucinating and
Yes.
boning.
Yes. And you had to look at your long-term spouse a day later and be like, hey, listen.
It was the
biscuits was crazy. And your wife got to look at you and be like, I guess I forgive you for being drugged by biscuits.
So yeah, biscuit poisoner, Talia Hunter. Mm-hmm. Colin, the boyfriend, was charged with like assault and attempted murder and all those things. Mm-hmm. But Talia got like a plea deal or something because she was in an abusive relationship and she was being manipulated by Colin and da-da-da-da-da. And she felt remorse. And then she like developed real feelings for Chanel.
Okay.
Because that was the whole like, that was the cover. Colin was like, you have to go in and like kiss her. And she was like, but I don't like girls like that. And he's like, I don't care. Do it.
All right. This man needs to be locked away. This man is wild.
But then after the whole thing, Talia was like, I really liked kissing Chanel.
Actually, man, let that man free, man. He made her discover some shit, man. Let my man free. It's all worth it in the end, man.
So Talia's like trying to get her life back. Chanel forgave her. And so she's also a doctor and she got hired at Salem University Hospital.
They'll let anybody.
They're like, since the pandemic, we are in desperate need of medical professionals.
I would not want to get sick in Salem. Ever.
That's very true. So Talia is on one of her first shifts at the hospital when her sister Jada comes in. Jada, who is a detective for the Salem PD. Yeah, I wrote, this is really a Cinderella story, seeing as Talia came to Salem as a poisoner and potential murderer.
Okay, listen now. I don't know. I've actually never seen Dr. Death. But let me tell you something right now. Uh-oh. I ain't letting nobody who was a poisoner put my IV in. Somebody else got to put my shit in. Absolutely. I'm going to have to see you where you got the saline bag. Because I just don't, I can't do it.
Absolutely not. And you know what? Maybe that's harsh. But you might have to find something else to do with your life.
Hey man, listen, I don't want to crush nobody's dreams. Everybody get a second chance, except if you a poisoner.
I was gonna say, does everybody get a second chance?
Nah, sadly,
In the real world, no, everybody absolutely does not. But in Salem, apparently, yes.
Apparently, everybody does, and maybe they're actually a more civilized society than we are.
Okay, so Detective Jada Hunter, comes into the hospital. She's having like a proud sister moment. And she's like, I want to snap some pics of you looking doctory. And Talia immediately is like middle school model pose. She does like hand on hip, hand behind head. And I'm like, that's how you look doctory?
I mean, what you supposed to do? Get your stethoscope out?
Maybe.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I feel like if you're a doctor and you got no stethoscope, you ain't really legit.
Look at a chart.
If you a poisoner, you can't be my doctor. If you ain't got no stethoscope, you can't be my doctor.
What are you even doing?
2 requirements.
I love in this moment where Jada's like taking pictures of Talia, I love to see Jada using an actual phone camera, because usually when they use phones as props, you can see so blatantly it's like a blue screen on a blank phone. But this, I was like, oh my God, I can actually see that there's a camera pulled up on this phone. However, they immediately undercut it by having the loudest shutter click sound effects I've ever heard. It was truly like as if a camera from the early 1900s was taking.
Had the man with the curtain and the flash bulb and the smoke.
Exactly. It was so loud.
Back when taking a picture give you cancer.
It was so loud. It was so funny. So they're so happy. They're, chit-chatting, laughing it up. Then the mood changes on a dime when Talia's like, Jada, did you just come to embarrass me and take pictures of me? And Jada goes, oh no, I'm on the job. I'm here to question the woman who was shot by Ava Vitale.
Bro, she did do a real pivot in a way that I was like, God damn, we was just laughing a minute ago. How about skip talking to me? Do your job.
Right. Ava Vitale, as people who've been listening to the podcast know, was a patient in Bayview, has been haunted by visions of Susan Banks, this woman who everybody thinks that Ava's responsible for Susan's death. But what we didn't cover in the last episode was that immediately after Ava got hypnotized by Marlena, a nurse came into the room and was like, Ava, it's time for your medicine. Pulled out a gun and tried to kill her. Oh. So then Ava and Harris shot the assailant and then escaped from Bayview.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so they're on the run. We cut to a seedy motel room, not the Salem Inn with all the gray sheets, where Ava and Harris are hiding out. Ava opens the scene with a real knee slapper about how she's about to kill this bag of chips, like she's eating a bag of chips. And then she's like, before I kill this bag of chips, bad choice of words.
Yeah, okay. See, all right. See, that makes sense. Because I was like, why is you talking? What is this joke?
Yeah.
Somebody's dead.
I know. Someone is dead. And you're joking about this clearly Starbucks brand bag of chips. Did you notice that? It was the green Starbucks brand bag of salted potato chips. The Days of Our Lives prop team will just get recognizably branded things and try to pass them off for something else. So Harris is like, we've been living off vending machine food. And I'm like, that's a bag of chips from Starbucks. Right. You're a liar.
Props person must just like, on their way in, they're like, you know what, actually, I did forget to get the chips. Man, let me stop, get this latte real quick.
So they've been living off of vending machine food because it's not safe to go into public with EJ after them. Because Ava knows EJ DiMera hates her for allegedly killing his mother, Susan Banks.
I mean, that's the reason to hate somebody.
Fair. So she's like, EJ put that hitman after me. We can't go into public. Harris wants to make sure it couldn't have been somebody else from Ava's mafia past. But she's like, no, EJ sent that woman to kill me. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn.
Meanwhile, EJ DiMera, scary salt and pepper hair, British wide-eyed.
EJ DiMera, is he that boy dad?
Yes.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's all connected.
Okay. I see what's going on.
Yeah, that's why he's so mad at the beginning of that first scene, is because he sent a hit person,
okay,
to kill Ava, but Ava got away.
Damn.
Yeah. EJ's at the DiMera mansion on the phone with yet another goon, because apparently he just has an army of goons in town.
He that dude, he Suge Knight, basically. He basically did he. We'll talk about that later.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Okay.
EJ's on the phone with this goon who's posing as an orderly at the hospital to keep an eye on the assassin who Ava shot and escaped from. And this, day player, just one-off goon, he is really giving a lot for this bit part. It's gravelly, brooding McConaughey type. It's very funny to me. He's just like, no news. I'm like, okay, wow, you really made a strong choice with this.
Come on, now you got to. Strong choices. Get you recurring.
This is my moment, exactly. EJ hangs up. He's furious that Ava got away. He picks up a tablet to read a news article, which is one of my favorite forms of exposition on this show, is people reading headlines of the local newspaper.
Oh, okay.
So the headline reads, shooting at Bayview, escaped patients still at large. And then it's just like clearly headshots of the actors.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even like try to pretend.
Nah, man, they use the sexiest picture possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So EJ, always one to talk aloud to himself, asks Ava, how the hell did you put my hired gun in the hospital? She was supposed to put you in the morgue. And then
Okay. Now we got to the morgue because my next note we just said the morgue in all caps.
Yes.
Okay, this man.
He's yelling and he like throws the iPad. Mm-hmm. Obviously, someone walks in on him. You're screaming.
Yeah, man, I can hear you down the hall, big dog.
Exactly.
What you got going?
So his son, Johnny DiMera, walks in the tightest polo shirt I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And he's like, Dad, what's got you so upset? And of course, EJ is like, oh my God, I can't believe someone overheard me. And it's like, well, stop yelling about your evil plans.
Yeah, man, you can't yell about your evil plan. Also, if I hear my dad yelling down the hall, I'm not going to check on him. And maybe that makes me a bad son. But I'm gonna just let him have it. And I'm gonna talk to him later.
Yeah, that's fair.
I ain't time to be arguing with people. It's too much.
You're like, that sounds like a you problem.
Because I'm
gonna take the back door.
Because it's every day. It's every day something new.
It's always something.
Can't do it.
It's true. So with Johnny walking in on his dad's outburst, we get the opening titles. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Now, Wendy and Tripp were back in the hotel in the sex cave. They have on these gray robes that I hate for some reason. The robes made me deeply uncomfortable.
More than them being naked?
Well, I wonder if it's just because they were so clearly not hotel robes.
Yeah.
Like they were gray plush Target robes.
For sure.
So they're in their gray robes. They're talking about how they worked up such an appetite that they needed to get room service. Yuck.
Rich.
You gross rich bitches. Then there's a knock at the door and they're like, ooh, the food's here. But of course it's not room service. It's Rafe Hernandez, the police commissioner.
The cops.
And Tripp's like, Rafe, is everything okay? Obviously everything is not okay. The police are at your door.
Yeah, man. He got the badge. He's got a lot going on. Yeah. His name is Rafe.
His name is Rafe.
I don't want nobody named Rafe.
There you go.
Coming to find me.
So meanwhile, at the seedy motel, Ava and Harris are brainstorming. Both EJ and the cops are after them because EJ's after them to kill Ava. The cops are after them because they escaped from Bayview. Mm-hmm. Harris is like, why don't we just go to the cops? We didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
It was self-defense. But Ava's like, no, Harris, Rafe hates me, so he won't believe that we're innocent because she and Rafe used to date.
Man, and this is called the mishandling of power by the police.
Ooh.
Okay? Shit.
There you go. And that's the commentary.
This is what we're talking about.
Exactly. So Harris thinks they should tell EJ that Susan is alive. So when Ava was hypnotized by Marlena, mm-hmm. Ava remembered that Susan got away they were in a car crash. Ava remembers seeing Susan running away from the crash.
Right.
So she's like, Susan Banks is alive. And Harris is like, we should just tell EJ she's alive. Then she won't be mad at us. But Ava knows EJ wouldn't believe her either because they don't have any proof.
Okay. All right. I'm like, dang, don't nobody believe her.
I know.
Shoot.
Well, she's got a bad reputation.
Okay.
So Ava decides that what they need to do is just find Susan Banks and bring her home. Easier said than done.
Truly.
Back at the DiMera mansion, EJ's able to play off his outburst that he's like, I just got so upset that Ava escaped Bayview. I just saw it on the news. And I'm like, honestly, well played. It's the first Johnny's hearing of this whole shooting at Bayview, Ava's escaped thing. And Johnny is surprised that Ava would do something like that. And EJ insists she's a dangerous maniac. And he goes, you dodged a bullet, literally, when you ended your association with her. That's right. Ava also was once romantically linked to this young, swoopy-haired man.
Oh.
Yes. This mother, this 40-some-year-old woman, had a dalliance with Johnny DiMera, who I would peg at late 20s.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but he's got boy band face.
Yeah, it don't sit right with me personally, but you know what you're going to do.
Fair. Correct. Also, speaking of Johnny DiMera, I did just want to shout out Carson Boatman, the actor who plays Johnny DiMera. Liked my Instagram story on the podcast
He trying to steal you away from me, okay? I want you to watch your back, big dog, okay?
Absolutely not. He's happily partnered with a young baby, so I think he's fine.
I apologize, sir.
But, yeah. So I think he at least knows that the podcast exists. Shout out, Carson. Come be a guest on the pod.
Yeah, come to the crib, man.
Come to Minneapolis. I'll interview you. So, yeah, Johnny's trying to change the subject about Ava, but he asks the ridiculous question, well, where is she now? And I'm like, we don't know. She's on the run.
How am I supposed to know? What are you talking about?
Why would you ask that? And then EJ comes through with a heinous reply where he goes, she's on the run, but with any luck, one of Rafe's trigger-happy minions will put her down like the rabid dog she is.
He did say some wild shit, man.
That was crazy.
Why she got to be a rabid dog?
Put her down like a rabid dog?
Also, why Rafe the police got goons?
I think he means cops. I think he's ACAB in this moment.
Like, yeah, man, ACAB, let them use their vicious mishandling of power to kill my enemies.
I will summon the power of police corruption for my evil agenda.
Yeah, I actually fuck with police corruption a little bit when it serves me personally.
So yeah, we leave the scene on that shocking.
Immediate cut to something else.
Absolutely. They were like, yeah, we need a break from this. So we go back to Chanel and Paulina, where Paulina had just asked Chanel, how's it going with Talia? Mm-hmm. Chanel tells her mom that things with Talia have been good, but that Johnny DiMera, who is Chanel's ex-husband,
right,
showed up last night and dropped a bomb on her, saying that he still loves her and wants her back. So then Paulina's like, and? And Chanel goes, and what? And I love Paulina. She goes, we are not doing this. I have a dinner to get to.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Bitch, I got things to do.
I love that.
You pegged it right. It's my third day. I'm going to fuck after this. Hurry it up. I'm going to the bistro. You playing.
You know what happens after the bistro.
Okay.
So, but I just love, it felt a little self-referential because like it's totally a dramatic device that they'll use on the show. People will just ask stupid questions just so that someone can answer it in a dramatic way.
I ain't gonna lie, as a writer, I be doing that sometimes.
No, I shouldn't.
But no, I recognize it ain't the best thing to do every time.
Well, when you're doing it once an episode, 5 new episodes a week for 60 years, it starts to get a little played.
For sure.
But I also I get why they do it too. That's how you get the good zingers. So yeah, Paulina's like, spit it out, girl. I got to get to the bistro. Chanel admits that she didn't say anything because right at that moment, Talia came in and interrupted her and Johnny.
Oh.
Crazy.
Oh, snap. Wait, hold on. I know you're going forward, but did we get to my baby is in demand? Oh, yeah. Because Jack A said, hey, everybody want my daughter, okay?
Which, is that a point of pride?
I guess I don't know. I don't have a daughter. I don't know how I feel if I'd be like, man, everybody want to be my baby. I'd be like, hey, get these stinky little people away from my kid.
Yeah.
Probably, but.
Right.
Sheila said, my baby is in demand, that's okay? It. Like Uber surge prices.
Exactly
okay.
Right. Back at the hospital, Talia is, I would say, really relishing in the medical jargon that she gets to use now that she's a doctor. She tells Jada that the shooting victim is in critical but stable condition.
Wow.
Like she takes such a big thought.
Yeah. She said, I've been waiting my whole life to play a doctor. You're not going to take this from me. You got to sell just how critical is, man, shit about to happen. But guess what? Due to my excellent doctor work, she's stable.
Talia says the victim hasn't woken up since surgery, but Jada's going to wait until she does because she wants to be the first to find out who hired this woman to kill Ava Vitale. So the police know it was a hit on Ava because they were like, who's this woman who got shot who's dressed as a nurse but does not work?
Okay, right. Okay, that's great. Putting things together.
Exactly. We're A plus B equals C.
Detective work.
Yeah. So we jump back to the Salem Inn where Rafe has told Tripp that his mother Ava shot someone at the hospital. Rafe shares that they believe it could have been self-defense. And then Wendy's there. Like, they're both still in their robes. And Wendy's, like, confirming the definition of self-defense. Like, she just goes, you mean the person was trying to hurt Ava? And I'm like, yeah, girl, that is self-defense.
They like to do that on this show.
Yes.
They really like to explain what they just said.
Yes.
And explain things that actually are not hard to understand. They'll let some concepts that are really like, I would like you to explain that, but they won't explain nothing you want to know the explanation.
Exactly. When it's like the exploding pizza plot point that we will get to, they're like, we're going to breeze past that. But if it's the concept of self-defense, we're going to define it for you.
For sure, they're like exploding pizza, you know what we mean. Yeah, popcorn. So it's little kernels, right? And you put them in the... It's like, God damn.
Exactly.
Tell me the stuff I want to know.
Exactly. Like I said before, the police know the woman was dressed as a nurse but didn't work for Bayview, so she must have snuck in to get to Ava. Wendy then is like, Tripp, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to go get dressed. And then she takes the longest moment to like slowly pick up her clothes and slowly walk to the bathroom. And we waited all like, I would say it was 14 seconds.
I would agree with that.
Very long.
It was long, but you know, I think she was like, you could have told this man not to come in here while I was under this robe. Y'all could have talked in the hallway. I don't know this man like that.
Yeah, you couldn't have said, Rafe, give us a minute. We need to get dressed before we talk to you. They just stand
Yeah,
there.
why I got to go to the bathroom now? You didn't come in my hotel room.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm insensitive.
Rafe just wants to make sure Tripp contacts the police if Ava gets in touch with him. And Tripp wants to make sure they're investigating the person who sent the assassin. It's obviously E.J. Demera. And then Rafe is just kind of like, oh, yeah. Like he just, he's like, great.
Do they work together or something?
Way to give us nothing. Rafe and EJ? No.
Okay, because he doing bad police work.
Exactly.
He just like, you can't do my job. I'm going to not listen.
I think it's supposed to be like he's just still kind of bitter about Ava because they used to date.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, then you cannot be the police commissioner.
Yeah, man, do your job, man. Don't worry that she ain't with you no more.
Exactly.
People's lives are at stake.
A woman could be dead.
Damn.
Back with Ava, Harris decides that he's going to brave the outside world to get them burner phones and other supplies because they're going to go out on this search for Susan. And Ava's like, oh, great. If we get phones, I'll be able to call Tripp. I'm sure he's been worried sick. And I'm like, girl, he has not been
He ain't thought about you a minute.
So Harris is getting ready to leave. Before he can leave, Ava stops him to say thank you. And he does a classic, for what? For getting food? And Ava goes, for saving my life.
Okay, and that's the kind of writing that's what we want, baby, okay?
That's perfect.
For getting food, for saving my life. That's Emmy. Immediately.
Give it to them.
These people deserve raises every year.
Brilliant.
They deserve everything.
Brilliant. The tender dramatic underscoring begins, and we have a very long, slow moment of her thanking him for not bailing on her. He assures her that he's just glad he could help. And then she's like, this hero thing, just be careful. Crazy.
This hero thing, huh? Damn, all right. This man, Iron Man.
She goes, this hero thing? And I really thought she was going to say, is really working for me. That was the subtext. And instead, out loud, she goes, just be careful. He then like really checks the door to make sure it's locked.
Got to.
And then he leaves. So back at the hospital, Jada apparently did leave. Like she comes back with a cup of coffee and is like, this is for you. The only thing that's worse than police station coffee is hospital coffee. And I'm like, wait, didn't you just say you couldn't leave the hospital? You were here to wait to see if the assassin...
But, I mean, she ain't leave the hospital. You know,
she said it's hospital coffee is terrible, so I got you this.
Oh, is that what she meant?
Yeah.
I thought she was saying, I got you hospital coffee, and then was like... Man, yeah, the only thing worse than the coffee at my job is the coffee at your job.
Oh, I thought she was saying, I went out and got you this coffee because then Talia was like, you know I can get free coffee. And Jada goes, yeah, but the only thing worse than police station coffee is hospital coffee.
Oh.
So I'm like, so you don't care about your job?
Yeah, it don't really matter to you like that.
Talia's just like having a moment where she's so excited about being back on track as a doctor. And then we once again take a big swing to a dark place. Talia's like, I can't believe I almost threw away my life. But now things are going so well. And I'm like, God, poor girl does not even know.
Yeah, her supposed girl getting macked down on by her ex-husband.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Is in demand, as Jack A said. Man, tough.
So, yeah, meanwhile, Chanel is feeling conflicted talking to her mom. She really thought things with her and Johnny were over and that they were just friends because, yeah, Chanel and Johnny were married. It was like a whirlwind marriage. Mm-hmm. And then Johnny got possessed by the devil.
Oh, he did say the devil came in between their relationship.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So Johnny got possessed by the devil and then was so horrible to Chanel and demanded that they get a divorce.
Dang.
So, but he was possessed by the devil for actually a really long time.
Damn, okay.
And so then, like, after he was exorcised, I guess you would say, he was like, Chanel, can we be together? And she's like, I think it's too much. Like, I think it's...
Yeah, the devil was just inside you, big dog.
Yeah,
I ain't
exactly.
trying to,
I can't get mixed up in that.
For sure.
So, yeah, Chanel's like, I really thought things were over. I thought we were just friends. Paulina tells her she's totally supportive and, quote, willing to accept Talia, which I was like, lesbians? And then it was like, because of everything she put you through. And she meant Biscuit Gate. And I'm like, that makes sense. I was assuming you were about to be homophobic, but I forgot that there have been multiple.
I'm willing to accept that she's a lesbian.
Because she's like, hashtag I don't do labels. So go off pan queen, I guess.
Yeah, do your thing. Come on now.
Paulina's like, I'm willing to accept it even after everything she put you through. And Chanel just goes, she was in an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now listen, she was in an abusive relationship. Come on now.
Her delivery was just so funny to me.
She was. We could talk shit, but at the same time, we don't want to be blaming victims.
She was in an abusive relationship. She says it just like that too. And it's kind of under her breath. It's so funny.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time. She was going through something at the time.
So then Paulina has to admit she has a soft spot for Johnny, and she was hoping that Johnny and Chanel would find their way back to each other. Then Chanel gets very frustrated. She's like, why did Johnny have to bring this up now when I'm seeing someone else? And he said he wanted to be with Wendy. So there was like a thing where Johnny was into Wendy. And then Paulina goes, only Wendy chose Tripp over him.
Okay. You talking about she in a relationship. Everybody got stuff going on.
But I just love like only at the beginning of a sentence is a dead giveaway for like heavy scripting of exposition. No one is like, only this alternative element to the story.
He was mean to me. Only at the time his father was in the hospital.
Basically, Chanel's worried that she's going to be some kind of rebound. She feels like she has to make a decision now because she's so tired of the love triangle life. This poor woman has basically been in a love triangle since she started on the show like 3 or 4 years ago.
She's in demand, baby.
She's in demand. She's always in demand. But I will say she's also kind of messy because one of those love triangles was after Johnny had been exorcised of the devil. Chanel had started dating Johnny's twin sister, Allie.
Oh, no. You can't date my sister, dog.
Yes. So then the twins were fighting over Chanel.
Man, the summer I turned pretty, but it's.
But one of them's gay.
Yeah. And twins is involved. Okay, it's not really the summer I turned pretty. But people know what I mean.
People.
Yeah, right.
So in that way, it is exactly like the summer.
For sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, Chanel, you're a little messy too. I respect you wanting to get out of the love triangle life, but let's be real.
Yeah, she big messy. For sure.
She references how she let things go on too long with Johnny and Allie. Allie is the twin sister. Fun fact, Allie is Johnny's twin sister, but they have different dads because that is something that happens medically.
Does that happen medically?
I mean, there are people who have had 2 uteruses, like people who have just, for whatever medical anomaly, been born with 2 uteruses and have gotten pregnant in both uteruses at the same time.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. All right.
I think I did read that has happened. I don't think that's the situation here.
Sure, they're not using that logic. I get that.
Yeah, whatever. Chanel's like at her wit's end with this, and she gives a real like harumph sigh and slump to take us to commercial break. All right, so now we're back in the DiMera mansion. EJ gives us a live previously on, which I love as a seamless transition. He's like, so enough about Ava. The last time I saw you, You were about to confess your feelings for Chanel. How did that go? Mm-hmm. And Johnny explains they got interrupted before Chanel could respond. And EJ just goes full supervillain again and is like, you get over there and demand an answer from her. Advice that Johnny soundly rejects.
Yeah, you got to reject that, but you can't even demand an answer.
Absolutely. Especially when, like, confessing your love is on the table.
I said I love you. What you got to say?
Exactly.
You being aggressive. You need to relax.
Yeah. So, yeah, EJ accuses him of not caring enough, and Johnny's like, Chanel and I would probably still be married if the devil himself hadn't intervened.
Okay. Well, you over here blaming me?
Johnny understands the fact that if Chanel wants to be with him, Chanel knows how he feels, and she'll tell him how she feels.
Which I think is the mature and non-aggressive way to go about that.
Non-supervillain way to go about
this.
Yes.
Yes.
So then EJ points to the spooky portrait on the wall.
As you must have in every home.
Of Stefano DiMera, who Stefano was like the supervillain patriarch of the DiMera family.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, EJ points to the portrait and he's like, your grandfather would say, DiMeras don't let anyone else decide their fate.
Damn.
But just then, Johnny gets a call, and it's Chanel, and she wants him to come over. And Johnny goes, and EJ watches him like a proud dad, but then makes it weird again by including the spooky painting. Like, he looks up at the painting and is like, that's right, Dad.
Everybody ain't got to be included in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, every time I think he's about to be a nice dad, he makes it weird again.
He got a spooky British face.
Yeah.
You gotta let him. Yeah, you gotta let him.
He has so many moments. I have a great screen grab of him in his, like, wide-eyed anger thing. Yeah. I said when you were watching the episode, he looked like Raven having a vision.
He constantly having a vision, but it's a vision of rage and revenge.
So now at the seedy motel, Ava's alone. She's pacing. Once again, being super normal, just talking to herself out loud. She's like, Harris is going to be fine. He's fine. He's fine. Suddenly there's a knock at the door. Mm-hmm. And when Ava looks, the door is unlocked. And she's like, I know that door was locked when Harris left.
He checked it. I seen him do it. Uh-huh.
We took 6 or 7 seconds to watch him check the lock. So then she goes to the table and, like, picks up a box. Like, I think it was supposed to be, like, decorative from this table, but it looks like one of those, like, metal cash boxes that I use to sell concessions at middle school basketball games.
Yeah. So
I'm like, where did she get that? Anyway, she has the box as a weapon. Ava throws the door open and, like, lifts it like she's going to attack somebody.
Ain't nobody there? Uh-huh, yeah.
So then she shuts herself back into her room and turns around and is appropriately horrified to find Susan Banks in her room, dressed up like a crazy ghost baby doll, all in white.
And all in white and with the teeth.
With the teeth.
The teeth and the glass.
I talked about this with Meredith. The teeth are stunning every time.
I put in my notes, I said, Miss Teeth. Called her Miss Teeth. Also, the soundtrack during this part, crazy. It's like somebody had a not a cowbell. Like, what was that? You know, them 2 sticks you hit together when you was in elementary school that make different sounds. Yes. Somebody was in that studio killing that shit. Killing that shit, bro. Get that nigga a raise. He's doing his thing.
Okay, so yeah, she has like a white bow in her hair. She has like white cat eye glasses. Yep. And she's wearing like layers of gauzy white clothing. It's crazy.
Teeth ain't white, but that's Will's another.
Teeth, buck, teeth, and yellow.
Yellow, okay.
So Ava's like, Susan, how did you find me? And I did get stuck on Susan's reply. Susan goes, where else would you be but down at the end of Lonely Street?
Don't answer my question with some weird shit, okay? Answer with how you get in here, okay? Skip everything you was talking about. How did you get into my hotel room?
So then Ava thinks this means Susan is alive, but then Susan disappears into thin air.
Hallucinations.
But don't worry, she pops right back up. Ava confirms that she's like, I remembered that you made it out of the car before it exploded. And she's like, Susan, are you using your psychic powers to connect with me? And Susan just goes, ooh.
Yeah, classic ghost sounds, yeah.
But yeah, this is a thing about Susan that we didn't talk about last time. She allegedly, like, is in commune with the spiritual plane.
Okay, and this is the psychic powers that she's alluding to.
Yes. So it is something that has happened on the show multiple times, that Susan will like use her psychic powers to reach people in the great beyond. Or she'll like appear to her children in dreams and stuff like that. She doesn't seem to be particularly helpful, except that she showed up in Salem being like, I'm pretty sure the devil is possessing some people in this town. I just don't know who. And that's how they found out that the devil was back in Salem.
Okay, so she doing her thing. Never mind. I apologize for insulting her.
Respect. I'm sorry, Miss Teeth.
I'm sorry, Miss T. I apologize.
So then Ava's like, cut to the chase. I need to prove to EJ that you're alive. Where are you? And Susan says something about being stuck in the big smoke. And Ava's like, tell me where you are. But Susan doesn't trust her because she did kidnap her and try to kill her.
Right.
Susan does go so far as to say that Ava's one of the most meanest people she's ever known.
Okay. I mean, it is an insult, but if you was mean, what you want, man?
That's true. There's not so much you can do now.
I'm sure she'd say that about me after I said all this about her teeth.
You're one of the mean
I'm one of the mean people.
Ava pleads with Susan, promising that she just wants to reunite her with EJ, but she needs to find out where she is. And Susan just cryptically says, it's not where you think. Then Harris comes back into the room, and just like that, Susan's gone.
Gone.
Bye, Miss Teeth.
Bye, Miss Teeth. Miss you, girl. So is this when the Cool Ranch corn nuts come into play?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
Something about some Cool Ranch corn nuts that actually sounded kind of good.
So, yeah, Susan notices the empty bag of chips in the trash can, and she's like, God, I could go for a bag of Cool Ranch corn nuts.
I'm like, girl with them teeth, you know. Should be chewing the corn nuts. You gonna lose one of them things.
Alrighty, so meanwhile, back at the Salem Inn with Tripp, Rafe is kind of skeptical about EJ sending out the attack on Ava, even though it is blatantly obvious based on the current circumstances. Tripp tells Rafe that he saw EJ the other day in the square, and EJ was not happy to hear that Ava could be released from Bayview soon because things had been like going well with her treatment. And Rafe is like, did he make a direct threat? And Tripp's like, it's not like he was going to tell me he was hiring a hitman to take out my mom. Like, he's real
snarky about it.
Yeah. But also,
you have sex for 12 hours and all of a sudden you got some shit to say.
But Rafe's still not sold. And I'm like, what more do you need? Once again, corrupt.
Terrible police work. Terrible police work.
Back at the hospital, the first shot of this scene, Talia just drops her coffee cup into a clearly empty trash can. It was crazy. I was like, stuff it with something.
Yeah, come on now.
Also, why are we doing a close-up on dropping the coffee cup? Are we meant to believe she just chugged that entire cup of coffee? Yeah. So Talia drops her empty cup into this empty, or maybe full cup into this empty trash can. And she's just contemplating aloud how lucky she is that she was given a second chance by Chanel. And Jada, her older sister, is a little worried that Talia's diving into a relationship after everything she's been through. Yep. And Talia doesn't do a great job logically pleading her case. Like, she's like, yes, that relationship almost killed me. And no, I've never wanted to be with a woman before, but I have no doubts that this is a good idea.
She down bad.
And that's on delusion.
She down bad for sure. It's tough.
So now Johnny DeMera must live 90 seconds away from Paulina and Chanel's place.
Got there quick.
Because in the time it took for Paulina to get her purse and reach the door, she opens the door and Johnny's lifting his hand to knock. It's so funny.
That man ran. He sprinted. He said, I need this.
I know Chanel is in demand.
Okay, she in demand. I heard what they said.
So Johnny and Paulina like exchange pleasantries about how she's going on a date with Abe. Paulina leaves for her third date at the bistro.
Yeah, you know what happened after that?
So then the underscoring starts and is going to carry us through the rest of the scene.
Yes.
Chanel says she's thought about it, but obviously has to talk through the details of the situation in its entirety again.
So that we know.
So that we remember in case we haven't been watching this episode.
Okay.
She says she really likes Talia and was excited about where things would go. And the one thing I kept thinking this entire scene is that You can see Johnny's nipples through his very, very tight polo.
Look, my man go to the gym.
Once again, I'm like, can we get one more take and be like, Johnny, we need cotton swabs to cover your nipples?
Nah, man, he be in the gym, okay? And it's cold in that room.
So yeah, then we cut out sort of on like a cliffhanger of how's this conversation with Johnny going to go? We cut to the hospital where Talia gets a text. She picks up her phone, and as she's looking at it, Jada's like, oh, you better check that. And I'm like, let's work on the timing of this sequence.
First of all, you see I'm about to do it.
You see I'm literally reading it right
okay,
now.
So how about don't tell me what I'm already doing? Okay.
So then Talia's like, good news. The assassin is awake.
Oh, snap.
Meanwhile, at the Salem Inn, we get more weird phone assumptions. Like, Rafe gets a text, and Tripp's like, is that my mom? Did they find her?
Hey, everything ain't about your mom, man. I know that's what we directly talking about, but everything ain't about your mom.
But I'm the police commissioner of this whole
Anything could be happening, big dog. Give me a second to read it.
Exactly. But I love that Tripp's like really freaked out in his voice, but like physically he's still very relaxed. Like he's in his fluffy robe with his hands in his pockets, and he's like, is that my mom? Is it about her? But like, I'm not gonna put a pair of pants on.
Like I said, I've been in the weeds for 12 hours. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking. I can't even think right now.
So Rafe's like, no, I gotta go follow up on a lead. But he warns Tripp that Harris and Ava left Bayview with a gun. So they're considered armed.
And dangerous, for sure.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah. So now Harris is trying to get things straight with Ava. He's like, so Susan has been using her connection to the spiritual realm to project herself into Ava's mind.
Mm-hmm. We get the details on this.
And Ava's like, yep, that's basically it.
Bet, for sure.
Ava replays the whole conversation that Susan just keeps harping on how she kidnapped her and left her for dead in a burning car, da-da-da-da-da, and now she's stuck in the big smoke. But that's not true because she got out, and Harris is like, wait, did you say the big smoke? That's an old nickname for London.
And I'm like, listen, bro, I mean, I don't know how you got that. I ain't never heard of the Big Smoke. If somebody say Big Smoke to me, I'm like, you at Snoop's house? Big Smoke only got one context for me.
So yeah, he's like, that's a nickname for London. They decide they're going to follow this clue because it's all they have. So they're going to London, baby.
Come on now, get the ticket.
Harris
while I'm a fugitive.
Harris is like, I've got some old contacts that can get us out of the country.
This man is...
I know. Well, he's a former Navy SEAL.
Oh, okay. So he's just about that life.
Ava's glad that they have a connection that's going to be able to get him out of the country because, as she points out, the cops could be busting down our door any minute.
Any minute, big dogs.
That's foreshadowing. Brace yourselves. So now I guess Talia's shift is over. Like, she did not need that coffee that Jada brought her.
She didn't know she's going to be up for the rest of the night?
Absolutely. But maybe she wanted to be up for the rest of the night because she's going to see Chanel.
She immediately texts, I need my energy.
So she's walking through the town square with a bouquet of roses, and she's leaving Chanel a voicemail that she's on her way over.
Yeah.
Chanel, meanwhile, is obviously distracted by Johnny, who starts doing the classic, like, I know what this is thing. Like, he interrupts her.
I know what you're going to say.
Exactly. So he goes, I get it. You want to be with Talia. There's no hard feelings. And he, like, won't let her speak, but she grabs him before he can leave. And I want to read verbatim what Chanel said. She says, and I quote, you see, my connection with you is, well, I have suppressed my feelings for you for a while now. And it was because I wasn't hopeful that they'd be returned. And then so many things, they just got in the way of us being able to make it work. And obviously, but now those feelings they're anything but suppressed.
Yeah, I'm letting them bitches loose. Come on, I ain't repressing nothing, baby. That was also a very faithful line reading you gave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She got lost and steered her way back so many times. And honestly, I'm proud of her.
It's pretty incredible.
But I loved just, obviously.
It's like reading a Neil LaBute play.
Exactly. One of my other favorite moments from the scene is when Johnny wet thumbs her face. She's crying and he just wipes away her tear with his thumb. Mm-hmm. And he asks, are you saying? And she says, yeah, I am. Brilliant writing. Give him an Emmy.
Yeah, are you saying? ...
Yeah,
I am.
Honestly, this could be our generation's You Had Me at Hello.
It could be.
Are you saying? Yeah. Then they move slower than I've ever seen two people move, and they finally kiss.
Finally.
And they really suck face.
They do. Okay, they say we was married.
Yeah.
What you thought?
We know what we're doing here.
Okay.
So EJ's back at home. He's being super creepy and pouring himself a drink and toasting to the portrait of his father on the wall.
Don't talk. Hey, man. Relax on this, man.
Yeah. So then EJ gets a phone call from his mole at the hospital, and he's like, the police are questioning her as we speak. So EJ's like, fuck, the cops got, because he, I think, wanted to get to the assassin before the cops did.
Yeah, you'd want to for sure. After you hired him.
But he got caught up at home throwing iPads and drinking and talking to a portrait and yelling at his son to be aggressive towards women.
Priorities in the wrong places for sure.
It's true. So sure enough, Jada goes into the mystery woman's hospital room as she's groggily blinking away. Like, she's fully, like, still eyes.
She just getting up. They just took out the breathing shit. She just is up.
And Jada comes in and she's like, I'm Detective Jada Hunter from the Salem PD. And she's like, give me a minute.
Yeah, let me get my shit together. I just returned to the land of the living.
So then Jada's like, I'll let you rest just as soon as you answer my question. Who hired you to kill Ava Vitale? Mm-hmm. So now, back at the Salem Inn, Tripp and Wendy are all dressed. They're packing up the sex cave. Tripp's not sure whether to be more worried about the cops finding Ava or EJ finding her.
Right.
And Wendy reassures him that she's got Harris Michaels with her. He's a Navy SEAL. And then ever the downer, Tripp is like, yeah, I know he was brainwashed, but it wasn't too long ago that he tried to kill my entire family with an exploding pizza.
Dropped the bomb. I ain't know my...
End of scene.
Yeah, and they never returned to that scene.
And they never returned. So what happened was that, as I mentioned in the last episode of the podcast, Harris Michaels has been multiple times brainwashed into committing acts of terror.
Yes.
So one of those acts of terror was that he was targeting Steve Johnson, Eye Patch, his whole family.
Eye Patch, yeah.
His whole family. And Tripp is Steve's son.
Uh-huh.
So they were like enjoying a family meal of delivery pizza.
Yeah.
And Harris delivers the pizza. It was a bomb. It exploded in the apartment. Luckily, no one died.
Damn.
But that was while he was being brainwashed by somebody else.
See, you can't trust nothing in Salem. Why I got to worry about exploding pizzas in this town, man?
You know what? It happens.
The biscuit gonna make me too horny. I'm gonna betray my family. The pizza gonna explode. I can't trust nothing. Nothing is sacred.
The lesson is never order takeout or never order from a store. You have to make all your own food.
Yeah, which, I can get down, but every once in a while.
Alrighty, so our last scene of this episode, Rafe and an incredibly committed extra sneak up to Ava and Harris's motel room door. And Rafe has to whisper deliver a lot of information. I'm not going to whisper because I want people to be able to hear me. Rafe is like, the manager of the pizza place down the block recognized Harris from the paper. And then the desk clerk of this motel positively ID'd that this was their room. And he's like, be careful. They've both killed before. If you need to, don't hesitate to use deadly force. And the extra is like, hell yeah, let's go. Like, he's just like, yeah, totally. Got it. Like, not.
This training day ass situation.
Exactly. So then Rafe kicks the door in and they go in, guns raised. Like, Rafe looks really, like, clearly he's comfortable working with the gun raised. The extra is not. The extra is all over the place, doesn't know where to look, doesn't know what the eye line is. And done. That's the end of the episode. I can confirm we're not going to cover the next episode. I can confirm, luckily, Harris and Ava already made it out.
Yes. I'm down for them and they survival.
Hell yeah. So that's the end of the episode. JuCoby, what do you think?
Twists and turns, baby. Twists and turns.
You know what I forgot at the top of the episode? So what I want to do is, as we talk about the episode, find what the title of my podcast episode will be.
Oh.
And what the title of the episode could have been, since they famously just use the date. They don't actually title the episodes. I don't know. What do we think? I feel like there were some strong contenders, such as Are you saying ... Yeah, I am.
I don't know, man. I like My Baby is in Demand.
My Baby is in Demand is a good one. Miss Teeth is also a good one.
Actually, The Ballad of Miss Teeth.
Miss Teeth communicates via the astral plane.
Miss Teeth and Me.
Okay, listeners, it'll be something adjacent to Miss Teeth.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Thank you, JuCoby, for talking about this episode.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I'm not gonna commit to this show, okay? But
That's okay.
I will always be in the background while you're watching it, okay? And I will comment in a fun, additive way.
I feel like it's fun for you every once in a while to dip in and be like, oh, this is what's going on. Mm-hmm. And that's all you need, guys. Can I confirm that you will come back and do another episode next week?
Yeah, next week? No, I'll do it again for sure. I didn't know it was that soon, but yeah, I'll do it again for sure. Hey man, the people need more of me, I think.
So next week, we will be recapping Days of Our Lives, season 59, episode 16. We're going to hop ahead a couple days. Whole new cast of characters. We will not revisit any of these people.
Man.
JuCoby will be like, if Ava and Harris aren't in the next episode, you will have to find another guest.
I won't watch.
So TBD on whether JuCoby's the guest.
I need that big man with the sleeve tattoo.
Yeah, I should do better about physically describing them on the podcast. He's a big, burly guy with sleeves, tattoos. But yes, we're doing episode 16 of season 59 of Days of Our Lives. Follow me on Instagram, So Are the Days Podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and I'm getting listed on other directories, so you can listen wherever you are. Send me a DM, comment on what you like about the recaps, what you want more of. I'm going to start making little deep dive, like mini episodes that I'll maybe also post on the Instagram and
I like that.
All that kind of stuff. So I can go deeper into the characters and all that.
Yeah, got to. Yeah, I fuck with that.
So we'll see. JuCoby, I love you.
I love you as well. You are my wife and I love you.
Thank you so much for sitting and talking to me. We have to go to Dairy Queen. I think we can.
Immediately. It's 7:26 p.m., guys, and it closes at 8.
I can't wait. Everyone, I haven't figured out how I'm going to sign off these podcasts yet. So for now, I'm just going to say bye. Thanks for listening.
Bye.